lost his souls. There's some grade A potatoes. Only the finest. We got the ult. Alright guys, we're back for game number 2. We're going to be heading on over to Volskaya Foundry. This time around, this is the map choice of Bad Manners, as Potato Esports did win the coin flip and chose Battlefield of Eternity. Now, Alex Straza, first ban once again, and this map definitely solid choice all around to ban out Alex Straza. However, I don't almost say the white main is even more scary nowadays in comparison. Even though Alex Straza is powerful, there's a lot of things you can do and a lot of things that her ring of death essentially allow you to do, since it becomes a homing beacon for all of your abilities. Now, generally fast drafting here. We have the Genji and Hanzo both being banned out. I don't actually really like the Hanzo ban here in general. And Phoenix will be in the immediate pickup for Potato Esports. And I really like this pickup because Phoenix is just overall a very strong hero. The Western Clash pretty much showed us possibly two of the top tier heroes, Phoenix and Maiev. Well, at least Maiev is definitely being underutilized in many divisions in NGS. But Phoenix, not so much. I'd say Phoenix is still as utilized as ever before. And this is definitely some solid pickups on Potato Esports. They get the Phoenix, they get Diablo, and they get Deckard Cain. You get slow for Phoenix, you get the stun and the overpower, the lightning breath for the purification salvo. The Stukov is pretty good here, but they're not getting the white main, which might actually be better. And the Jaina will have to be very cautious because Diablo can still charge on in. Her slows are not going to prevent him from doing that. And if he charges her, overpowers her, she will be caught between Diablo and all the DPS that's backing him up. So Cassie has been banned out, which generally signifies that they're looking to go with a very likely a big auto attack damage dealer, perhaps a Rainer to combo with the Jaina with the permanent slow, which means permanent ace in the hole value, which is a lot of DPS that you're providing for Rainer. Instead, they're looking for a Zul'jin here. This is very spicy. And a Sonya. So we don't have a main pick at this point, largely because Garrosh has been banned out. They're not going to ban, or well, they have no more bans there, and they're very unlikely to pick up a second full tank. So it's very safe to pick up a solo laner instead. Now, we're going to get Sergeant Hammer and a Blaze. I don't see how they're going to win this. Yeah, Sergeant Hammer might be sitting in silence, but Sergeant Hammer doesn't really need to do anything. She just pops unstoppable, or you have Deckard tossing potion after potion on top of her. And the final pickup is actually going to be Varian. This is an interesting pickup because Varian can walk in and trade all right on Threesis, who's playing the Sergeant Hammer, by just popping up the parry. Now, the biggest problem is that Varian usually is more of a liability despite his taunt being super potent. He's often not strong enough to get the value you're hoping to achieve. And because of that, well, I'm not sure this is actually looking too favorable for him overall on the side of Bad Manners. The combination of Phoenix, Hammer, Blaze, Diablo, Deckard, I feel like Potato Esports wins this draft. And so we're going to hop on into the game and see if my prediction plays out here. We got Kina on that Stukov, a Rubber Duck on the Sonya, Dami on the Zul'jin, Stixa on the Jaina, VCR player on the Comrade variant, and that is going to be Bad Manners. On the other side, we got Couchy on the Phoenix, Mr. Setchel once again on the Blaze. We have Thereses on the Hammer, Bagatron once again on the Decker Kane, and finally Infofox on the Diablo. And that is going to be Potato Esports. So, taking a look at level 1s we have here. We got the Fingers of Frost, the Overpower here, the Fetid Touch, the Recklessness, and Tough as Nails. So I like the Tough as Nails pickup here. Definitely high value against the team that they're facing. In the bot lane, however, we have Infofox with a beautiful, beautiful positioning and a lot of cheese right here. Thereses and Bagatron clearing things up. We got Bagatron keeping the lane pushed up and healing Thereses as they take down the tower. So this is going to be a really odd rotation. Essentially, it's going to be a 2-4, but now they're all collapsing in. Infofox is going to spot him out, slow him down, coming on in hot, and he'll be able to overpower his way on out of there. And easy peasy lemon squeezy. VCR coming on in, does have the parry ready to go, and he will not be taking much damage. So a nice little cheeky play there from Potato Esports to get things going. Now, on the other side, we had the Arsenal Synergy picked up, the Devil's Due, the Neural Stim Pack, the Ambush, and a Scroll of Identify once again. Zul'jin now on one stack of his U1 Axe. So it's going to be very hard for them to get on in here. I wouldn't be surprised if they get Guillotine just to be able to get Thereses poked down from afar. Of course, though, you get a lot of value out of Tazdingo as you basically get your own sort of D-shield, if in a manner of speaking. So top lane is going to be the untraditional solo lane, and they're going to just rotate back and forth. In reality, it's just thrown Bad Manners or rotations into complete disarray, as they don't know really how to respond to the hammer at this point. And because of all the confusion they've created for the macro of Bad Manners, they're now ready to go and pick up this support camp. And additionally, they already picked up both teams their turret camp. It won't be quite in time in the rotation. VCR looking for something. The nice silence, the Blizzard on top of Infofox, but a beautiful charge. We do get the taunt, and that is going to be a Bagatron going down. Rubber Duck is very deep, and they're going to have to back on out. Couchy doing a boatload of damage. Dami is about to go down here, and they get the first kill of the game, Potato Esports, and they're looking for the second. The overpower into Rubber Duck, and smacked it once more in the face, and Sonya is taking down. So first objective is going to be coming up. A Couchy now all alone on an island. Infofox coming on in. We'll get the overpower. Couchy coming on back. The silence, though, will dissuade him from continuing on into this fight. And they have gotten themselves a rather big lead. Level 6 to level 4. They're a full level and a half ahead. They're going to be a talent tier ahead. They really have fallen very, very far behind Potato Esports. So the best they can hope for is to scale here. A beautiful silence and slow. VCR looking for something. Not going to be able to get anything out of that. And this is part of the problem with the variant pick. If you had someone like a Murden can leap on in, and then he could have potentially gotten a stun. Now VCR getting banged up against a wall will get overpowered back into the glove and arms of Couchy. The Blizzard will keep Infofox from getting too much more onto VCR, but he's now looking for another booty to smack, and that's going to be VCR's once again. Kina next up on the list, or is it going to be a Rubber Duck? They split their focus, and they will have to settle for one. They are looking for Kina and Dami. Dami going to be bodied out, and the silence and the damage from Couchy going to be enough to secure a beautiful job there from Infofox. So level 7, we have the Protector coming around. So, as someone pointed out, why not Stitches over the variant? And that's 100% true. The problem is, if Threezes is on point with his Unstoppables, you're not actually going to hook him. He just hits Unstoppable. The taunt, Diablo deep into enemy territory, the Blizzard on top of him, and Infofox might be going down here, but a beautiful stun from Mr. Satchel keeps him on going, and the pressure from Potato Esports is a bit too much. Boil them, mash them, put them in a stew. Potato Esports, that's what they do. At this point, Potato Esports has reached a point where I do not believe they will be able to lose this game. We already have mid going down, level 10 around the corner. As you can see, 10 is now available, a 3-level lead. I know that there's plenty of teams who will actually call a game if something like a 4-level lead happens. The game is unwinnable, and you've royally screwed up. You analyze what you did to screw up, and the rest of the game is essentially irrelevant. Because you would have to do the world's worst playing at this point on the side of Potato Esports to fully lose this game. We have 2 forts down. We have the BFG coming on up, not going to hit anyone. And with Couchy here, they're going to get significant amount of damage. But with the Protector in tow, there's no way they're going to be able to get any sort of kills. Bottom now pushed in. Adami looking to try and poke, but Dami does not have the range necessary to poke down Threezes. So Threezes can do as he pleases. So they don't know how to handle the hammer. Their comp cannot actually handle the hammer, and they've been completely outdrafted here. The Jaina doesn't have enough range. The Zul'jin doesn't have enough range. And Sonya certainly doesn't have enough range. So no one can actually walk on up and hit Threezes. And with 2 big bodies, Threezes has literally nothing to be scared of, because he has E-Bagatron to prevent anyone from potentially diving him. They'll get rooted in place. Infofox can shove him around. There's a bunker available to save Threezes as well. And now they're going to go and take themselves a keep. In less than 8 minutes, they might be getting themselves a keep here. This is absolutely insane from Potato Esports. So at this point, BFG is going to come on out. The overpower VCR player will not get stunned from the jet propulsion. We have the lightning breath. The purification salvo is going to get the kill onto the Jaina. They get the second kill, and this is going to be a 1 keep down. They might actually look to end the game here. They have a full 4-level lead at this point. Threezes is not backing down. They're basically saying that they can do as they please. Now, they didn't really get anything of value there. Maybe it's more for the lulz at this point on the side of Potato Esports, but hopefully they don't get overly cocky. And as you can see, I was joking when I said I needed this dinner soon. So 10s have finally arrived. They are still down 3 levels, about to be down a 4th level. The good news is that they're in heroic talent tiers, which means that they can actually put up a fight despite being down another talent tier. And they're going to actually back off completely on the side of Potato Esports, specifically because they don't want to risk their lead over a support camp. A nice route Infofox is looking for. It will go on in. That booty looks too juicy for Info. And the purification salvo coming on out. We got the lightning breath. Stay a while and listen will be interrupted from a nice swipe from Akina. The BFG coming across. VCR, the only one hit. Couchy, but over the wall. Infofox charging on in. It's a bird, it's a plane. And there's a sleep to follow up. We got a ton of damage. And the guillotine not going to do anything. The Ring of Frost, but look at all the damage that just landed there. and the bunker dropping to keep him up. Infafox is in enemy territory, and I don't think there's a whole lot they can do. Infa, they get the wall down, and Infa survives. Front wall down in the mid lane. Next objective, not even a twinkle in the eyes of Potato Esports. At this point, they're pretty much just Bilbo and Sam here, and really they have their eye on the prize of getting rid of the ring. And well, that ring being they want to get dinner. So Keep is halfway down. I mean, here's the talents that we got, boys and girls. You can take a quick look. Stun coming on in from Infafox. We do have the Lightning Breath, the Purification Calvo coming on now. And it's a ton of damage. Sonya and Kina will go on down. A rubber duck cannot stand along underneath flames. They are not fireproof. So Core is about to go down here. This is perhaps the most lopsided game I've seen in almost any of my casting. We have a 5-level lead, 11-minute game, and 0 deaths. Every structure still up. This might be one of the cleanest looking games out of someone. The stay a while and listen. BFG not going to get any more kills, but they're going to end this game 16-11. Wow. That's pretty much all you can say about that game. Wow. So we're going to go take a quick look at the stats. We're going to take a look at the talents. I mean, this says it all right here. DPS couldn't do anything. 24k and 23k. They were all out DPS'd by the Diablo. And Threeses wasn't the one killing him. It was Phoenix who was doing all the killing when it was all said and done. If we look at even the sieging, Blaze, Mr. Satchel getting the most siege damage, and Threes is coming up next. Tanking, and Diablo tanked out of his mind once again, and we got the Varian with 53 stepping right alongside Diablo. And finally the healing, well, it's pretty much on point. Really, the issue was they couldn't do anything. They couldn't step out. Threes would just pepper them, and then the slows into the purification salvo. Yeah, easy peasy lemon squeezy, getting kills left and right there.